that going to be enough to get them the win here, or are you a little concerned after what we saw in game 2?
I think this is going to be the closest game. I'm actually liking the potential from both drafts. I think there's a lot of really cool fun fighting we could have. I mean, I don't really see anyone who's just going to get like completely left behind or just destroyed by any stages in this game. I think we should have a pretty decent one. I'm looking forward to see Jakiro too. I think this hero's gotten some incredible buffs.
Yeah, what are the buffs? What's the big ones?
I actually really like the dual breath. You actually always will connect with your double, and it's really quick the way it casts. You have crazy agi at the start of the game now. It got buffed from 10 to 15, so you're even stronger than you were before. You're like actually the best 5 position at trading, and the shard got immensely buffed. It's actually a stun now from crazy attack range if you do take that 325 attack range talent. So yeah, lots of fun coming out here, and lots of team fighting coming out from both sides, which I love to see.
Oh, let's see who's able to win it out. So far, both games have had a team that's clearly come out ahead quite early and been able to take it all the way. So we'll see if we get a feel early this time around.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different variety that can happen. Like, you know, Mars and Willow, this is a strong combo. Sure, Mars, his damage has been reduced, so maybe we'll see that actually coming into play versus Jug, but we've seen a lot of times these Mars versus Jugs, the Jug can't go for the spin kills a lot of the times. You get turned on. There's so much damage, so much control. You're so tanky. Willow actually provides a lot of right click. So there could be a lot of battling coming out here between just trading kills, which is always really fun. Mid, I think this is just two players that are very, very comfortable on both of these heroes. So should see some pretty even stuff coming up between the two of them here. And top, I like the Bane Slark lane. There's a lot of potential for just trickiness with the Sand King and the Mirana, though.
Oh, have a little bit of a pause here.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, they are going to have that setup. And I mean, so yeah, mid lane, I'll be interested to see, because I feel like I do tend to sometimes see the Kunkkas come out on top of this.
Yeah, they do. I'm never, every time I like feel like I'm like, yeah, Kunkka should do better. Like the Void Spirits somehow always are still like just even. They're always just still even somehow. So I don't know, maybe with the bottle changes, you can spam a little bit more as a Void Spirit in comparison now to the Kunkkas who are just straight right click. So we'll see if maybe that makes a little difference too. Because these runes do benefit your Void Spirits a lot. You're able to just like, you actually can go for like Dissimulate spams, your Resonant Pulse spams, much more than you could before.
Yeah, and you're going to have that bit of a better maneuverability to secure them against Kunkka.
Yeah. Nice little dodge there from Boranya, using Dissimulate to dodge Torrent, secures a range creep. Nice little tricky stuff coming out here.
And we'll see if
we see top.
Yeah.
Important thing from Fishman was actually he blocked he blocked the one camp and then put a sentry outside of the second one just preemptively. He was super ready to be able to get rid of any type of shenanigans up here of any of that warding. So he's going to have his pull open, and Milan will not have the hard camp open to arrow.
We'll see on the bottom lane, Chrysalis did try and go for Tana there with a Blade Fury. Wasn't quite able to finish him off though, but was able to back off in time to make sure that Malik and Tana didn't have the chance to turn things around onto him.
This is the best lane to watch for sure. This is where the action's going to kick off. And Malik, he's already starting to get that good head start here. Going for the Orb of Corrosion again in this game. Okay, he switched it immediately when I said it. I was about to say, don't actually want him to do that. I want him to go for the Bracers. I actually think Bracers, even like the small buffs, are significant.
Yeah, for sure. He just puts you in a position where the Jug's never going to kill him. And, well, Chrysalis is getting gone on. And at the moment, Chrysalis, he's going to stand his ground with the Blade Fury. He's going to be able to take him down, get first blood. Probably get Tanner as well here with a fire from J4, burning him down. Fairy Fire, is it going to be enough to keep him alive? It isn't. So they get both of the kills down on this bottom lane. Not quite able to burst that Jug before Chrysalis was able to turn things around.
Damn, he needed that too. He was starting to fall behind pretty significantly on the last hits. They get Malik before the Bracer comes out on the Courier. That's good stuff there coming out from the Jug. Just going for that straight trade. Going to bring out some items. He's actually buying a full wand on the Jug. So really wanting to just have some extra stats here. A little bit interesting to see. There's a lot of spam that is coming out from the two of them. So he will at least get those stick charges quite often.
Yeah, still 7 for 1. Slow on the CS here to start things off. Especially compared to what Thugito is able to do up top on his slot. No pressure on him at all in this lane so far.
Yeah. And yeah, I was touching on like the bracer. I think this is something that honestly Malik, if he probably rewatches that last game, I think he probably would do something similar, because last game he rushed the corrosion and I felt that actually hurt him quite a lot in the lane. Because if he had the double bracers or something, his sustain is higher. He could have maybe pressured the AM more. So I like that he's going for the bracer this time around, and then maybe go for the corrosion.
Trying to get him.
Spin, Tanner.
Oh. He's Tanner. I mean, living on the edge. They're able to turn, and this is Chrysalis. The one charges. If they got anything else, they do. They're able to run him down and take him out with the right clicks. So, you know, as you were saying, you got to be careful in this lane as the Jug. If you don't get that kill with the Blade Fury, these two heroes, they're turning and they're killing you.
And now J4 is very likely dead as well. Now this bottom lane is just, it's just a smashing now for the side of Into the Breach. Malik coming out big. Now he has full orb of corrosion. Tanner's level 4 to the level 3 Jug. The damage has been done. Now there's never that. Now you don't really ever have the kill threshold onto the Mars with the spin and with the Jakiro. So this is going to continue to be pretty difficult for Chrysalis down here.
No, he's going to have to play the recovery game.
Yeah, he's got to play it much more passively.
Focus
on I mean, creeps. Every range creep's just getting denied in his face. There's 11 denies on the Mars.
Oh, it's going to be such a slow start. We've seen Jugs recover before, though. I think specifically in the OG game, of course, when we had Anna, he also had a laning stage as the Jug that was, he wasn't getting anything, you know. So it can be done. Of course, you know,
he didn't go for Battle Fury though. He went for the battle, right?
Didn't.
He went like Treads Yasha. I can't remember exactly.
But I think he went like Brown Boots Manta or something wild.
Yeah. I honestly think that might be an approach you have to do in some of these situations. I don't know. Last game I watched, or the game when he played Jug earlier and he went this Battle Fury build, it looked really bad. He wasn't farming very fast. It didn't feel like he could ever fight either. So maybe he opts out of it this game, but we'll see if he does go for it.
Yeah, you would sort of think as well with some of the nerfs that the case is going to be made for some of these heroes like the Jugs to just sort of lean towards that Maelstrom, maybe more than they would have before. You know, we're obviously seeing different carries prefer the Manta or the Maelstrom build up in their game, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see more shift back towards the Maelstrom with the fact that items wasn't changed, but of course the Battle Fury did get tuned down a little bit.
Yeah, I think so as well too. Maybe just even getting like yourself just your early like phase boots and stuff, like maybe like a stat item. Malik, they're gonna try for him again.
Am I having this
time? They've got the point of the ice path too.
Yeah, nice little juke of the ice path, but he's going to stand his ground and go for the TPR, and it's a good call to make there, Malik. As he's able to get away. All the damage is done. Tanner.
And he's still around.
And he's going to look to try and turn Chrysalis. He's got to be careful of getting caught on an angle here. And he will. He'll be fine.
Malik has to be cautious. He TP'd to that tower. So, okay, they're going to salve him up, clarity him. He'll backpack his bracer and his orb of corrosion. He'll be back to full HP with some mana, too. And yeah, I've been staring mostly at bottom because I figured the other two lanes were going to be pretty, like, not very exciting. And it seems like it's in that case. Kunkka doing quite well. A little bit ahead of the Void Spirit, but Boranya is keeping up. And we do see Sanking and Marana now finally able to push the Slark away as Fishman has moved away. But Thakido doesn't care. Thakito's just going to go jungle like they did the first game that we saw him play the Slark.
Yeah, he's going to know what he's doing. Found, you know, pretty as much as you do manage to find in that lane. As he says, just hitting the levels now. It's just not at a point where you want to lane into these two heroes.
Yeah. You get like more out of this. You get like a little bit more out of the jungle, and it's risky being up there always. Sure, you're gonna give up your tower, but yeah, that's gonna happen.
I mean, can sort of Milan make moves elsewhere? You know, are you gonna be looking towards the mid lane, or is Kunkka just too tanky of a gank?
They don't have this. Okay, now Boranya has a skill point. He was 0-4-2, so there was no way to actually set up onto the Kunkka. Now I think he should start looking at mid, especially from the way that we've seen Into the Breach play. It's every single game we've seen so far, it's been like the 5 to 9 minute mark. Both supports sit mid. So I'd like to see Ghost Frogs do the same thing.
See that bottom. Trying to go for Malik. He is looking pretty safe here. Some good moves. Yeah, he's able to make it away. Chrysalis not quite able to find him.
I like that they tried to go for the kill, right? They have that ward on the high ground around mid, and they are very aware of the position of the supports. Try to punish Malik being greedy, showing down bottom. Malik, he's preparing his mana, though. He will have the combo at the ready now that he has hit 6, and he is full.
We're going to try and turn for Fishman. Can hold back the Jug for now.
Oh. Spear off the mark.
They've actually brought 4 heroes down. They're going to look towards Tanner. And they're going to be able to find him. Tanner will go down. And Xantic, he's got the combo, will manage to drag back the Jakiro with the X mark. Arena down as well, locking in both Chrysalis and Boronier. But Boronier still having abilities to get out with the Dissimulate. And Chrysalis as well, also able to survive. They didn't have the follow-up, and now Branya is ready to go back in. Jumps over towards Fishman. Enough combo damage to take down the Bane. Not enough to look for anything else, though. Malik and Xantic will be fine.
Definitely a little awkward there from Into the Breach. Malik, he used the spear initially trying to help his Bane, so he actually ran out of mana. And then when he ults, he doesn't have mana for the spear, and he only has a Rebuke. So maybe they could have gotten a little more out of it there if they were a little more careful with their spell usage, but just a couple spells whiffing, and Ghost Frogs probably come out a little bit ahead out of that one. Sanking, we see Toby gets all the space in the world top. He's going to have Blink really soon. So more initiating plays for them. Much easier ways for them to actually land the combo. The stun into the arrow is going to start becoming quite a bit of a threat when he has Blink.
They're going to have some excellent setup. A lot of overwhelming magical damage. We'll see if the Thugiso feels pressured this game to get a BKB. Obviously last time around to go for the Echo Saber straight into the Yags, but I mean, he's getting great fun this time around, but that game he was having an even better start with some kills as well to top things off. See over in the river, Xantic. Going for a bit of a poke here with the help of Tanner, but Branya and Milan looking back over towards him. Curtis Crown Stun does hit onto the 2 of them. Fishman stepping up. It's going to buy some time here with the Nightmare setup, and that's going to allow the boat to come crashing down into the torrent. Is it enough, though? It is, and Branya's going to be fine, actually jumping in aggressively with the Dissimulate. Back out with the Astral Step, gets the damage in onto a Xantic, and sets him up low enough for Toby to jump in and finish off the job there. Some nice moves there, making sure that Branya used the full extent of his skill set.
And he gets a regen rune. How many? I think has he gotten every rune, every power rune so far? I think so, and a lot of bounty runes too. It's Boranya.
Really quick moves here from Ghost Frogs this time round. 2k lead now, 10 minutes in.
And they're even bringing the Jug to the mid lane to push with that healing ward, with that catapult wave. Yeah, really good moves coming up from them, and yeah, taking advantage of the fact that I feel Into the Breach overplayed their hand, trying to go for that kill onto this Void Spirit. They didn't know if he had any Astral Steps. They didn't know about the Dissimulate. They committed with Sleep and a boat. Very tough kill for them to try to get there. It's Toby.
He's just going for it. Straight with the Burrow Strike in the epicenter. They're going to have easily enough magical damage to bring down Tanner. Just some fast moves coming out for Ghost Frogs. As
Tanner's struggling.
He's falling, yeah. It's, you know, multiple times really. They've just got so many ways to kill him through the Shadow Realm. You know, the Shadow Realm is not a safe place for him to head over to. Multiple, you know, abilities to throw down on top of him, around him. You know, it's not an easy game for him to just sort of safely get out, survive long enough to get his spells off.
No, they have to be a little bit more careful here about just the combo plays. I think Into the Breach, they have to now just they have to just play as a team, really. I think a lot of these times right now so far, we've seen like 2 or 3 together. I want to see like the big connections of these team fights. The fear into the walls of the Mars, with then the follow-up of the boat and stuff like that. Right now, it seems like they're a little bit disconnected for the moment. And Ghost Frogs, you know, they're pulling out a bit of a lead. 3k already. It's giving Jug the space to actually go for this Battle Fury build. Still going to take him some time, but he will be able to get it. And Boranya has a Yules, has a haste. He's very fight ready at all times.
Yeah, very tricky to catch.
And J4 again, this time around, he's going to be getting the Veil on the 5 position on this Jakiro. It's going to be very valuable. Looking at his team, everyone benefits.
They get the jump. Again, Toby's going to look to initiate with the Power Strike. They have the setup straight away on top of Malik. As they easily burst the Mars. And Boranya, he's looking for more maybe. Thinking about diving that tier 1. He won't go for it quite yet. Doesn't feel like he has the sufficient vision and information. But just quick kills, and it's a little concerning when you see heroes like Malik just getting blown up. You know, if you're losing your Mars like that, there's just no opportunity for Into the Breach to actually try and make plays happen.
Yeah, it's just easy for them to set up these plays on Ghost Frog. Just a blink, stun, and arrow. No blink, no great ways of initiation besides the Kunkka on the forwards of Into the Breach. So they actually have to wait for Malik to have blink, and he's close. He's about 200 away, and they really desperately need that one so they can combo properly with the Willow.
Oh, there we go again, another jump.
Again.
Just making it look easy here with the way that they're finding kills each and every time, Ghost Frogs.
Very nice stuff, yeah. Just making these moves around his 4. The Slark is still getting a lot of space, though. Thugito is just able to... He's playing his own game entirely, so he's still keeping up all the way at the top of net worth. And they're still itemizing well. You know, Armlet is finished up on Kunkka. They just... Once they got Blink on Malik, they got to make some stuff happen. Get some plays going, start slowing down this momentum that Ghost Frogs is getting. And they do have great kills potentials on anybody. If they get the connection, the spear connects, they're going to get feared. There's going to be a follow-up torrent, etc. These heroes will die on Ghost Frogs.
And so the Slark's capabilities are going to be pretty annoying for them to deal with. You know, if they're not getting the jump on the Slark, which most of the time they probably won't be, you know, Thugito's going to have the capability to just punch away at them one by one. And as long as he has the Shadow Dance ready for the Omni Slash, he's going to be a pretty tough target to deal with down the line.
Absolutely. I'm so curious if he is going to go for the Ags. I think that there's still benefits for it. It's not as valuable as it was the game earlier because he doesn't need to get into the backlines as much, but it's still just a good pickup. So I think there's still a chance he goes for Diffusal, but yeah, it's still just too good because it gives all the stats on that Ags.
Yeah, we'll see. Just holding on to that blade for now. Of course, Ghost Frogs, they don't want things to slow down. They don't want to give the time and chance for Thugito to get these initial items online. As they're straight in, moving in towards the jungle with this smoke. Down on the bottom lane, J4 does get found on his own, trying to de-push the lane. We'll get the Macropire down, so they put a stop to the push.
And that's got to be quite a tell. Nobody TP'd for him at all after that chase. They have to know that a smoke's coming out somehow from Ghost Frog. So Xantic still playing around the Ancient area. He now gets his ward dewarded right next to him, though, so he'll be a little more careful.
I see back to the push from into the breach, and Ghost Frogs with J4 down, and the rest of them not around. They're not going to TP in for this. We're going to see the smoke actually coming out from into the breach as they back away from this tier 1 push.
Oh, Tanner, he walks right up into the no-no spot, and this is now the new place where you just like don't want to walk up, smoke that new camp. I feel like I've seen a lot of teams walking into it. Wonder if they did see it quickly in time. They did. They had the ward on the high ground, so they were definitely well aware of it. As they're going to just reveal themselves in the smoke.
Yeah, they'll just go back for the tower. They know that they're not going to get the chance to jump Ghost Frogs by surprise.
No, Malik still is smoked for a second. He hit himself completely. Still trying to find some type of setup. Milan's fairly tanky now, though. This is a 1300 health Mirana. And as we know, Mars, his damage was nerfed significantly. If you can't go for really as many solo type of plays anymore.
Middle tower is under attack.
And time, you know, it's being bought for Thugito. Thugito and Xantic still in a very solid spot. And despite the early action that Ghost Frogs did bring, I'm making sure that net worth lead doesn't grow anymore. Goes into the breach, hold on close behind.
I'm really curious what Thugito is going to buy, because he has his courier around the secret shop, too.
Oh, what do you reckon then? Yeah, what's he thinking about picking up from there this early on?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it is. Sorry, he did the point booster. Yeah, he's sticking with the axe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering if he was going to just full commit for it or not just yet. So he will.
Okay.
Still too valuable to double pounces.
Yep. He had a great time with the build in game 1.
Uporanya. They actually have a sentry down for him. They're preparing for him. The scan does hit successful for
Let's see if he steps out in this. Malik. Oh, his quick reaction. He's able to dissimulate, jumps off as well with the step, make sure that he's not in any sort of danger.
Great scan coming out from Ghost Frogs, just reading the play perfectly. And now they'll bring it and wrap around their entire team over here, and now no longer does Into the Breach want to take a fight in that position. They do have another smoke if they want to go for some type of crazy wraparound, as they do still have a ward on position of all of Ghost Frogs.
Oh, I see that on the replay again. Instantly reacting with the dissimulate. Very close. Very close to being caught by that spear of Malik. See Ghost Frogs already ready to try and find the jump. Toby is going to get the catch on mid. They're in. They're on to Tanner.
They got him.
Xantic's going to try and come with the counterplay, and Tanner's going to buy back for this. As into the breach, they'll look to try and turn things. They take down Toby. They've got the grip control onto Milan. Will be put to a stop there with the Yules. The arena's down. Won't quite catch anyone in it, but it does split them apart. Gives them space to finish off J4. Branya's still able to get in, though, and take down Azantic.
That was an awkward way that all kicks off. Toby, he jumps in a bit far. The Guido gets the cleanup. The Marzel just misses completely. And now, another spear off the mark. But I think that's the Guido's. Is that his Ags finished?
He's got it done.
He can get involved a lot better than the Juggernaut count at this point, who is just really a walking Omni Slash for the most part.
Not a bad timing. Not quite at the same pace as we saw in game one. I believe he had these two done sort of at maybe a minute faster at least. But yeah, still 19 minutes in. It's going to be feeling pretty good at mid lane. Toby, he'll get the jump in. I'll be able to take down Fishman. No chance for him.
For the ward. Fishman did get the D ward. But now Boranya, is that his full Aghanim? Boranya also has a full Aghanims finished up. A very good pickup this game on the Void Spirit versus everybody. Amazing versus Slark, great versus Skunka, great versus Willow. Can just disrupt everything. Just mess up all the type of initiations and combos. And it's the Roche with Healing Ward.
Has been scanned out, but I don't know if there's too much that Into the Breach can do about this one. It's going down pretty safely with that Healing Ward.
Azantic does not really want to fight again until he has BKB, it feels. Sure, he's tanky, but there's too much control that really does come out from the side of Ghost Frogs. They're going to smoke, though.
It's too late.
It's too late.
Oh, too late. Branya's got the Aegis ready to go for the next fight. Do Into the Breach still want to take this? I don't think so.
Do not think so.
It's Branya. He's got another Invis rune. Maybe seeing if he can sneak up upon them.
He's so scary right now for them. These silences can just do so much damage before anybody does have those BKBs available. And they are getting close, though, right? Double BKBs very close on the horizon. Malik as well as Azantic.
I mean, Thagito as well. Is he going for one after the defusal? Yet to see. I mean, does he need to? Can he still get away with postponing the BKB as a Slark this game?
Ooh. There is just so much control, but he does at least have like rum and stuff to back him up. So I think he can postpone it. Okay. I think he can still keep going greedy.
I was seeing Thagito definitely considering the options here right now.
Boranya sweeping across as they continue to push top. They'll get the outpost as well. Deny that away. Milan just scouting with an arrow. Gonna give some information. Also give some information toward Into the Breach. As he's going, he's got the Ogre Axe, so that could be the indication of a BKB, more than likely.
Could be the S and Y though as well.
Could be the S and Y, yep.
We'll see, leaving his options open. Maybe gonna see how the next move comes out, as you said. But the other BKBs on his cores around him could have the means to stand their ground and take a fight.
I think I'd rather he go BKB than S and Y. I think the silence, like he can still just get tripped up, like a silence, a double silence. He doesn't get his dark packed off or something like that. Sure. I don't know. It's just it feels like it could be a little risky. I don't know. S and Y plus Echo Saber maybe sounds maybe a little too weird, but I don't know. We'll see what he does up to go for. As 4K lead, Ghost Frogs getting good amount of control around the map. Fishman keeps trying to give Thagito some sentry wards and stuff so that he can go scout out for those wards. As they are losing quite a lot of map control. They're playing in like 20% of the map right now in comparison to Ghost Frogs.
Yeah, Ghost Frogs just having complete control of the jungle of Into the Breach. Into the Breach just having to hold on desperately to this triangle. One sort of safe space for them on the map right now.
Both teams just showing with farm. Ghost Frog's probably feeling really, really good because the Jug's able to just Battle Fury farm it up, and they have Aegis, so they're just like, okay, well, if Into the Breach wants to force a fight on us, we'll fight, but we don't want to overextend our hand too much still, as now the BKB's finished. So double BKBs on the side of Into the Breach. Fights will be a lot easier to execute because of this, as long as they get them off. There still is the potential for just chain stuns into arrows. We'll be watching Bane. I'll be watching Fishman in particular of the Nightmare sleep wake-ups to protect people.
Oh, hello. Malik.
Good catch.
It's going to be try and start on the Jakiro, but there's going to be the backup coming in straight away from Ghost Frogs. The buyback will come out front. Fishman as the Bane goes down. Toby getting feared, pushed back. Can they bring him down in time? They can. Double kill for Zantic. They turn now over towards Milan. Milan's going to get stunned up by the Cursed Crown, but the slashes are coming in. The Omni slashes will be nullified a little bit there by the Nightmare. And they've lost 3 on Ghost Frogs as they're turning this one around into the breach. Thagito has been left unchecked in this fight. As he
wants more.
He's still chasing on. So he's going to have another pounce in a second. See if he can close in to simulate. That's Borania to get to the side. He's going to have another pounce in a couple of seconds. Thagito, does he want to keep chasing? He won't. He'll hold back. As we're starting to see, in these fights, the Slark very much an issue. They can get kills around him. Slark's going to be able to turn and take them out most of the time after that initial jump's been used by Ghost Frogs.
The double BKBs really heavily paying off. They just drop their ultis just right on top of that high ground, and it's difficult. Borania still does a great job though as this Void Spirit. He avoids, I believe, I don't know if he did avoid the Terrorize with the initial jump out afterwards inside the Mars ult. He avoided Spear and everything and cleaned up 2 kills. So he's still playing super well inside of all of these fights that look super chaotic. And now, let's see if they can make anything happen with any of those ults down. They came back up already, but he is making an aggressive move and forces a BKB off of Malik.
Malik just a little spooked. What could be... Ooh, a nice little attempt there from Milan to try and time it as the BKB came to an end. Over towards the mid, Zantic getting poked upon.
It just gets reclaimed though, so they want to be a little careful. And yeah, I mean, Thagito, he's going to have a BKB too. Like, these fights are going to be, they're going to be tough for a majority of the heroes on the side of the Ghost Frogs lineup.
Look at this Malik. He's able to get the jump onto Milan. Milan with a few leaps to get out to the side. They are going to have the control. With the maze down, Milan will fall.
The only one surprised by this is you.
Not easy to play Mirana ever versus Willow. One of the better counters just throughout all stages of the game.
Bottom lane, they're trying to catch Thagito.
His BKB's coming on the courier,
and
the rest
he'll
of his
happily
team is
fight.
here.
They'll look to fight this Malik.
Toby.
It's going to come in with the catch onto Toby. Thagito turns back over towards the Sand King. Terrorize actually not actually able to catch Toby there. Toby's actually able to move out and get the blink away. Toby's going to live as he's out of there. They're still looking to push on forward, though, into the breach, try and make something out of this. So they look towards J4. Thagito jumps back in. He's able to get the leash in over towards the Jug. The slash is coming out. They've lost 2, though, on into the breach. Thagito still trying to push on with the BKB, jumping over towards Toby, diving the tier 2. The stun comes out. Sealing up at Thagito, moves over towards J4, takes down the Jakiro. Another spear locks back Chrysalis. Chrysalis, he's still good to go as he turns, crits down Malik. They catch as well. Fishman on the high ground.
What a wild fight. All this ends up going kind of bizarre here for the side of Into the Breach because they don't finish off the Sand King at the start. They missed both the Terrorize and the bow just off the mark. Tanner tried to put a little bit past. He tried to maximize, right? Tried to catch the Sand King and the people behind it to push him into wall and hit the other to fear him away. Misses, though. Toby actually did a lot of damage. He pretty much killed the Kunkka almost entirely with that epicenter. Would have seen a different story if they did actually finish off the Sand King. Borania continuing to just really impress this game. 11-0-5. He's got the Kaya Sage that we've been seeing popularized a lot more since the buffs. And even as an Arcane Rune now to boot. He's doing everything, it feels like, for the team for the most part in a lot of these fights.
Yeah, I think, got the game one. For those that have been used to seeing Borania perform before in this sort of level, you expect more from him. And game 2, game 3, much more sort of the caliber that you want to see from this man on the mid lane.
He didn't expect the Pugna in the first game. He's just like, who cares? I'll kill Pugna in the mid game. And he's like, wait, I got to get to the mid game. Oh, God. Forgot about that.
And we'll see again, as you say, just that sort of whiffed attempt to try and kill Toby just leaves the fight in a position where, whilst they do get a few kills out of this, it's just not enough sort of firepower and oomph to start it off to stop Ghost Frogs from having the chance to clean up some kills in return.
That would have been quite a different story. The Chrysalis would have probably died as well. The Jug too, right? Because how much Thagito had to extra commit to kill Toby. He had to use like his whole Shadow Dance. He had to use 2 pounces or more. These little things do add up as a 6k lead. Ghost Frogs now looking to set up defense around their mid tower. Any neutral items, big ones picked up at 27. I see Elven Tunic on Thagito. It's a pretty good one.
See Toby and J4 looking for the jump. They're going to find it. Toby's in onto Malik. Defensive nightmare, buying Malik a little bit of time to get out the combo of J4.
Oh, that was close. Milan almost gets the deny.
What's coming out now for these carries? Where we had the bash done for Crystalis. Thogito, to see what he wants to go for after the BKB. Wants a little bit of control himself, or if he's going to try and continue to tank up.
Okay, looks like both sides got Elven Tunic. Boranya got the Ceremonial Robe. Love this item on Void Spirit. Just a great damage increase across the board for everything, as well as that status resist, your silent, everything just becomes a little bit more effective.
And they're getting away with another Rose ship.
They are.
There won't be anybody heading over here, at least not in time. They're making the move now. Roshan taken out.
Are they going to give the Sand King the shard? Really? Okay. They're going to give it to either Milan or to... Okay. I thought maybe they'd give it to J4. The new Liquid Frost is pretty cool, how much you can do with it, but maybe he feels like he's just going to do a little more with that. I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
I even thought maybe they'd give it to Void Spirit.
And the Sand King's considered pretty... Did Sand King's shard get buffed in 29?
I think it's... I don't like it. I personally
did it get
not a big
buffed?
fan of it, but
Because
it got changed so it doesn't work when you're not near enemies.
Oh.
So it won't show where your positioning is. But besides that, it did not get buffed that I know of.
Okay, yeah. I remember last...
Let me actually just check to be sure.
Sure, because I remember when it was added, it was definitely considered one of the more underwhelming ones.
Okay, 75 radius increase. So,
oh, it's a little buff.
It's a little bit of something.
little
Maybe
buff.
needs a little bit more love, but, you know, we'll give it to him. I still thought they'd give it to someone else. Like, at least to Boranya, because he's just popping off so hard, but whatever. It doesn't make that big a difference, I guess.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Boranya?
Oh, yeah, they're going to get the jump onto the high ground as well. Toby's able to get him, find Tanner. As... 2 quick kills on the supports. Nothing to be done there by Into the Breach. If they get caught by that sort of level of surprise, they're not going to have any sort of opportunity to turn things around. Now they can push on down the mid. With this Aegis, they could definitely consider trying to going up and breaking the high ground at this point. Ghost Rogue, see what they can sort of force out of into the breach with this lead that they have now. 9k up.
And now I feel like the shard on Jakiro is even more valuable, but whatever. You know? They gave it to the Sand King already, but because then they could poke high ground if they wanted with that.
Also, am I crazy, or is his shard working? It's getting late. Am I crazy?
It doesn't work if he's not near enemies.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that's exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that was the change that they did.
Which that's bad. She can't farm with it. Well,
yeah.
So that's enough, right?
Yeah, I mean, actually, it just doesn't... It works on enemy creeps, though. It's not just heroes.
Oh, okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because he's been walking around, it's not done. It is creeps and heroes.
I am 80% sure about creeps and heroes.
I'm happy to go with your 80%. I think you're right.
Let's see, Toby, he's going to walk in your creep camp.
You can't walk into neutrals and get a few rounds of it off. So
I'm watching him. I'm learning as well.
I think you're probably right.
Just got changed.
It's got to work on around enemy creeps, right?
It has to. Neutrals probably not, but enemy creeps, yes, I would assume so. Oh well, not a great one either way. As Into the Breach trapped inside of their base, and just continuing, it feels like for a lot of this game they've just been losing more and more map control.
I mean, Thogito, he's got a lot of heavy carrying to do right now.
He sure does. He's still big. He at least also has the AC benefit from Xantix, but yeah, his 2 supports don't feel like they're going to be, especially not the Bane, not going to be doing too much in the fights. Tanner still has a lot of potential that he can get off if he gets some good fears off, and I'm surprised he actually hasn't bought the shard. I think the shard actually it's always valuable. Even versus, versus Lotus Orb on Toby, there's chances, there's times where he's going to remove it off and just pop some brambles and stuff, but wants the blink prioritized. There's a sneaky base ward. Was that spotted? Don't know if they did see it. Fishman's usually on top of the case, though.
Oh, they're going to look for this. They're going to be ready with the jump hit. Into the breach. They've got to be cautious how close they step up. Ghost Frogs.
They got a good minute on the Aegis.
Yeah,
So
where's the jump here from Into the Breach? What can they do to put a stop to this? I mean, can they? There's already, they're moving in on to Tana there. They're going to try and spook them a little bit with Malik, dragging him back quickly with the X mark, but the tier 3's gone.
Tagito's gotten pretty good damage on bottom, when more than half of the tower as well.
Yeah, we'll see. Ah, no, you're right, because his shard is working when he's near neutrals. He just has to be literally within range of the neutrals.
Oh, he's working on neutrals as well.
It does. It's just, yeah, it literally only does it when it's going to hit something.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it's cool.
It sounds so bad still, but whatever. Give it some more buffs. They could do triple damage. As we do see into breach. Both teams stay on their high grounds. Not really wanting still. The risk taking is still being, it's not going too crazy. Aegis does get reclaimed. Boranya has DD and an Arcane running. So maybe he does want to battle, as he also has an Aeon disc.
Oh yeah. He's looking like quite a bit of a beast here. I mean, Into the Breach. How do they take this fight? How do they do it?
They got to get some good combos. I still haven't seen it really. They've tried a couple times, but we need to terrorize with the Mars ulti. They have to get some good connections.
They've got to.
They still can control a lot.
Got to lock down this Void Spirit. Branya still yet to die this game. 11-0-7.
Milan is about to pick up a full Shiva's guard. He buys the full Shivas from the secret shop. This, I mean, that's quite nice. Very good versus the Slark. Good versus these tanky heroes as well.
Oh, they've got all the tools ready to be able to end it by the looks of it, Ghost Frogs.
Yep. It's time to force the issue. The arrow will whiff. The TP's a long one.
That's Malik. He's going to jump in. He's instantly going to get turned upon. They do manage to buy some time with the Nightmare. It's not enough, though. Terrorize does come down. Thagito's going to look to come in with the BKB and the pounces over towards Boranya. I've got the grab here with the Fiend's Grip over onto the Jug, but they're diving in deep. The Ice Pass out. Azantic popping the BKB. He's looking for a target. And Chrysalis, he's just moving in and overrunning them all. As there's 3 dead, a buyback will come out from Fishman, but no buyback available on Tana or Malik. It's Branya. He's able to step out. They bring him low, but they're not able to quite take him down. As Ghost Frogs, they're already looking to ready to get back in on this. As Branya, he's setting up here with the Yours. They get the grab back with the Remnant. They're straight in onto Fishman. That's a dieback on the Bane. As that'll be the top racks here for Ghost Frogs.
Tries for the spear. The spin goes off. Chrysalis gets a first hit bash with the spin. It causes him not to get his BKB off. He gets chain stun from Toby. He dies. No buyback. They cannot fight without their Mars by no means, and he had no buyback. Really unfortunate for Malik. The spin bash. I mean, come on.
Might have one more chance for a defense here, but it's the full 5-man still of Ghost Frogs, and a cheese still ready to pop on Chrysalis. It'll take a lot to bring this team down. Thagito. It's going to try and start things. Malik, again, just whiffing the spear, not able to catch anyone in that combo. And won't manage to blow up the Jug, actually, with the boat coming crashing down. Jump over as well, but Toby's coming in with a big epicenter, brings down Malik. Thagito with the BKB wearing off, he's got to run. Branya jumps in, cuts down Tana with the Astral Step, setting up onto Adzantic as Adzantic's BKB also comes to an end. The arrow follows up as Adzantic is tanky, not tanky enough though. Branya picks up another triple kill for him on his Void Spirit as he continues to go untouched this game. 16-0-9 Branya.
He's just popping off. They get a little bit of a fortunate kill there on Chrysalis too. The boat actually connects immediately as the Blade Fury is ending, so he doesn't get the cheese off to survive. But the fights are just, there's not enough that they can do with their other 4 heroes. It's really just the Slark running around in the midst of everything, trying to do the damage, but he doesn't have enough. Healing Ward keeps going down. They're just really tanky, and Boranya's just killing everybody else while Slark's trying to do the same.
And we see in similar fashion as in game 2, Chrysalis just committing the buyback, feeling that he's just sort of a step away from closing this game up with the rest of the team. They'll move in, bring down Fishman. The boat comes crashing down. Thagito trying to move it onto Toby on the back lines, but Toby's got a Burrow Strike. Burrow Strike into the ice path. They're locking down the slug. Thagito is able to get the BKB in the Shadow Dance off. Turns towards Branya. He's got the bashes, pounces over, looks towards the Mirana. Malik, he's able to take down Branya. They bring down the Void Spirit. Toro comes down on the two of them. They take it down Toby. Or brought him blows by sometime in the Yule Scepter. Toby still alive, but is 3 dead.
He has no buyback.
That's a dieback. He did. He thought it was over. He thought it was over, buying back to try and end the game. As I said, he did it in game 2. It was fine in game 2, as GG was called moments after he did buy back, as it was absolutely in a position for no chance for Into the Breach to play back into this. But game 3 here, that buyback, that certainly ends up, he ends up flat on his face there. Dead for 2 minutes and Into the Breach with a chance to maybe bring themselves back into this. Maybe Thagito can do it.
Maybe. I mean, he really did do it in that last fight. I mean, we'd have to look at it again, too, how he started it all, because he's the one, he was forcing so many spells in reaction on him. Malik just sat patiently, got the opportunity. He gets a huge connection with his ult. Rebuke on everybody with an Orbit Destruction plus Desolator applied on everybody. Thagito is just able to pop off, cleaning from target to target. So much minus armor. A nice fight. And now, Aegis, Cheese, and a Refresher Shard. This game's not over, Owen.
Absolutely not, no. And Malik as well, for all the struggles he's had with hitting the spears, getting the big one there, being the one to find that finishing blow onto Branya. It's going to feel very good for him.
And now Daedalus even for Adentix. He's also doing a good chunk of damage. He's got Imp Claw. They're getting all the bounty runes that are on the map. Actually, wait, was that 4 bounty runes on the left side?
That was all 4. Wait, they would be left there that long?
I think there was look at the gold.
You're right. I think he did. He just walked up and found a quad bounty. And that's
look at the gold change.
Look at that. The gold change. That's all just bounty runes. It's not, but you know.
It's not.
But 4 bounty runes will do that, you know. Boom. 5k, that's about right if you add the maths up, I'm sure.
I mean, he's gonna be able, they're all gonna be able to pick up like a pretty big item here now.
Yeah. There's been new life breathed into the game by Into the Breach. And as I said before, you know, I did feel, you know, this Slark as a hero this game, it's not going to get any easier to deal with. And Penta Edge Sword, and he doesn't want it. He prefers
actually
Trickster.
Switches it.
I mean, I can respect that. Trickster Cloak, it's a pretty beautiful item.
It's pretty busted, even though it's been changed. It's still pretty good. It has
what
a
was
fade
the change
time.
on us? Let's give us a recap on that.
It can be dispelled and it has a fade time. The two biggest ones.
I mean, let's be honest. It was not being dispellable was. I'm going to call that an oversight. I don't think that was planned. You know, the fact that it wasn't originally. Yeah, of course it had. Why was it ever not dispellable?
I think what they did was wild. That was old Glimmer Cape. Trickster Cloak was old Glimmer.
Old Glimmer. Instant, I mean, let's talk about old Glimmer Cape. That was. How busted was the old Glimmer Cape? The old
10 heroes. Cape. 10 heroes in the game would have it. Didn't last very long. Is Toby?
Oh, he's in. He's going to find the jump here onto the two of them. Branya looking to jump into the backlines. Fishman are going to buy some time with the Self Nightmare. The boat comes crashing down. They've lost Malik. Thagito, can he fight through this all? He's popped the BKB. He's looking for a target, but the bashes come out from Chrysalis. Thagito, he's sort of panicking. He's caught in the ice path. They've found the follow-up arrow. Thagito's got to get out, and he will. The pounce of the Shadow Dance. Thagito will live. Can he get back in on this, though? Xantic, he needs help. He's not going to get it, as Xantic will fall dead for 2 minutes.
Great stuff from Ghost Rocks. Playing around the ward Vision. You know, Vision wins you these games. They saw everybody on the side of the Dire, on the side of Into the Breach. They get a beautiful stun from Toby. The arrow connects onto Malik, the most ideal target they could get. He gets chain stunned before he can get a single spell off. And there's no way they can win these fights without the Mars. As big as Thagito is, as big as the Kunkka is, even with Aegis and stuff,
what's happening here?
They need that Mars.
Thagito? He's feeling confident. He can run in and run out each time. Doesn't matter if he gets jumped. He's tanky.
I still want to see, I said it earlier too, I want to see the shard picked up for Slark. I think there's so much crazy stuff that you can save your teammates from. Like in that last fight, if he has shard, he might be able to blanket and cover almost everybody there to turn stuff around.
Especially when you have these sort of abilities that are going to force the fight around a certain location. You know, you get this arena down, you pop down the shroud in the middle of it all, and you know, at a point where, for the most part, Ghost Frogs, they don't care too much about being arena because they can turn and fight back. That shroud's just going to put a complete stop to that option of a play.
It'll almost always allow Malik / Advantic to get their spells off. So I'd like to see him go for it. He might not because it's still, I think.
He needs. I mean, he needs to do a lot. You know, he's really got to maximize his capabilities to carry this game, Thagito. So we'll see. I mean, still room to work with his itemization, and can get that ag swallowed up and get something else into the slot. See how confident Ghost Frogs do feel right now. They've got quite a bit of money to spend on their heroes. You see,
they have a lot of gold.
Yeah, 5.5k on the Void Spirit right now.
Refresh Shard, drop the base. Who's going to want this one? We'll give it to Advantix. He is about to hit 25 also on that Kunkka, so the fleet will come in. He's also going to be able to at least have double BKB in some of these fights, maybe to survive a bit longer, as you know, Thagito cannot do this by himself. He does need the backup of his other 2 cores still.
I mean, you say that when you have the right click with the Daedalus and the AC, you're not tempted by the Tidebringer cooldown? You know, because we do sort of see the fleet, but I feel like that is in the games where we have like this Ags, you know, that sort of build up. You know,
I guess I mean, he did take the Cleave Town. He did.
Yeah,
you might be right on.
I
he
think
did
he's
take
gonna,
all the talents for it. That's fair.
Yeah, and with the AC, the Death, and the Daedalus, 2-second Tidebringer cooldown. I mean, that's every other right click basically. You're cleaving with. That's going to be some heavy hits and some big damage. You're going to be very likely to get a crit in at least one of them in the team fights.
That is fair. He's got the option right now.
Dire's middle tower is under
He takes it.
Yeah.
There you go, and you got your
It's going to be
Tidebringer.
nice, yeah. No, it's nice with the change up. I mean, it used to be just the cleave increase at the top 25. Now you've got these 2 talents that are going to buff up the spell lovely. I mean, we've seen it, you know, in the past, right? Wraith King heroes that have this ability to shut down the cooldown on these crits. It's you've got to really consider if you want to go anywhere other than them. And we see that beautiful bounty room replay from Malik, picking up the money.
You know, now there's actually maybe some attention where they have to. I mean, they might not think about it in the fights, but this Kunkka could do a lot of damage in there.
It's that 2-sec cooldown. It's going to be multiple Tidebringer hits. They're going to come out very, very fast.
They're not squishy though, right? I think the Jakiro is the only one who's even fairly squishy. Everyone else is like 23 armor, 2300 HP, 35 armor on even Mirana, 2500 HP. They're pretty durable, but you can definitely see the power of it. I even saw he actually did have Rapier queued up before they lost the fight earlier in the mid, so he was going for just straight damage.
Still some very rich heroes on a
very rich.
7.5k gold on Chrysalis right now. I mean, I imagine he is going to spend some of it up. He is in the territory of being able to consume the Ags. Of course, still has a slot he's using to hold the cheese. So many things to work with. 5.2k gold on Milan. I mean, they're playing it safe, I guess. They're all saying, you know, we want to farm up our next big item and buyback, and then we'll try and end it.
Yeah, they're saving for the buy. I think that's why I looked at with Chrysalis. He's now got the gold surplus to be able to buy the Scotty and have his buyback pretty soon. It really is going to be around. The most important thing that they're probably thinking about is, you know, keep lanes forced in, be careful for if a fight kicks up, but be ready for that next rush. Have your buyback ready for that just in case of anything. As the triple arrows to scout, we'll see Thagito outside for a second. Thagito did buy the shard now, by the way, so we do have the potential for the depth shroud.
Yeah, definitely watch out for this around the arena, and also, of course, for if some of the AoE stuns have been used, which there are quite a few of, so it's kind of difficult. But if so, might be able to protect the Bane whilst the Phoenix Grip is being channeled. We'll see. Still a 10k lead for Ghost Frogs, and getting the slightly bigger items out across the board. But
even an Agonist. Even J4's got an item.
Oh,
this is now the new Agonist too, where you pierce immunity.
A quad bounty pickup from Malik. You won't get to see this much. I think this is going to be a bit of a rarity, a bit of a early stages of the patch rarity, where a team's going to not attend a point in the map for as long as that is. What's 4 times 3? About 37 minutes.
What?
Yeah. It's 12. I know it's 12 minutes. Shut up, chat. I know it's 12 minutes. I'm going to pull in your legs. Right.
Oh man, okay. These fights are gonna get a little complicated to keep track of now with Depth Shroud too. There's so many things inside of these games now that just make it so crazy to try to look at what's happening. Also, fun interaction. Depth Shroud cancels LC duel. Just gonna put that one out there for you guys.
Yeah, I guess.
A lot of really fun things that you can actually do with this ability.
Yeah, especially in terms of protecting the big ults. It's going to be this game. I feel like it's less powerful because there's so much AoE coming out from Ghost Frog, but there's going to be some lineups, some games, some drafts where if it's a lot of sort of single target abilities that require you to see the enemy, then the Slark pick with a Depth Shroud could just break the game for some lineups. So this game round, as strong as it can still be, Ghost Frogs, they still have ways to get stuff done into it.
I'm seeing this time now Thagito's being a lot more careful. In the bottom situation... Oh, we'll wait till that. Toby gets a jump.
They get the jump in onto Tanner. It's Tanner. He's gone. And Antic's going to commit in with the BKB. There's going to be a buyback straight away from Tanner. Reno and Spear off the mark. They won't catch Toby. Toby's still able to break out with the Burrow Strike. Let's see what they can find here. Thagito's BKB also going to come to an end pretty shortly. Having to retreat here into the breach. Not feeling that they can keep this fight going. Branya looking for the jump across with the Astral Step. They're able to find Tanner. That's a die back on Tanner. Got the jump onto Malik. Malik getting split from the rest of the team here as Thagito's trying to get back in on this. He really wants to try and find J4, but he's getting controlled, bashed up by Crystallis. Jump over from Boranya. They have the Remnant control. He is still able to pounce up to the high ground, but Toby's in with the Ice Path follow-up over towards Fishman. Fishman will fall, diving in onto Xantic. They've got the damage to bring down the Kunker. He has got buyback, but Malik does not. Neither does Tanner. Another angle there from Toby with the Burrow Strike. Catches both the two of them. Thagito is trying to turn, pounce out to the side just in time as the slashes were coming in from Crystallis. As Thagito will live, and hunting him down, Branya trying to find him. Malik's buyback comes back online. So he's able to get back in here. They're losing the mid set of racks as Crystallis will continue to push on and take these objectives. Over to the side, Branya, he's found the opening.
Thagito?
He's able to start the jump onto Thagito. They're keeping him chain stunned down, and Thagito's out of the game. He's got a buyback. He's going to have to use it straight away. Malik comes in with the arena, locking them down, and Xantic has the angle for the boat. Crashes through the two of them, and now they're going to look towards Crystallis. Thagito, he's on to Branya. He's going to try and build up these stacks. Got the Depth Shroud down to keep out Xantic and Malik safe. Yours buys Branya a bit of time, enough time to get the Dissimulate off. The Dissimulate stun, locking down this lock. Toby's in with the Burrow Strike. Thagito, he's not able to get out this time as Thagito down and out for 2 minutes. No buyback as this should be game here. Ghost Frogs, they'll be able to take game 3, and with that, the series, it's theirs. 2-1 here for Ghost Frogs against Into the Breaches. They really picked it up in game 2. Game 3, a little shaky towards the end. Into the Breach able to bring some good fights. Thagito